Live-action superheroes are clogging the media pipe. There are just so many of them nowadays. Because there are so many, we will get some that are good and some that are bad. I guess that's the case when quantity starts to reign. I guess people have just enjoyed them so much over the years that they've become a great money maker for filmmakers. Personally, I do not like them all. I believe though that there are some people out there that like the entire live-action superhero craze, but I'm just not one of them. I grew up with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, the 2012 Avengers film, the Captain America trilogy, The Dark Knight, the 2014 Guardians of the Galaxy film, etc. Hence, it's pretty difficult for me to enjoy the newer superhero stuff, especially by Marvel. The styles are just pretty different now. For some reason, it feels like I'm just watching cartoons. Maybe it's because they're trying to incorporate too much comedy into the superhero stuff now compared to before. Nonetheless, I didn't write this journal entry to hate on the new superhero stuff. In fact, I want to talk about how I kind of appreciate the superhero stuff now, in a way. I guess I can say that the live-action superhero stuff now aren't as special as how they were back in the early 2000s and the early 2010s, but I'm glad that they exist, I guess. This goes for both Marvel and DC Comics. By the way, I know there are other superhero universes in other comic books, but I'll just talk about Marvel and DC right now, considering they are seemingly the biggest in the media. But yeah, it's true that I somewhat appreciate the superhero craze now. I'm glad that superheroes are very much alive and well right now. Ever since I was a kid, I was just in love with superheroes. I was always thinking about Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America, Superman, Green Lantern, Wolverine, etc. Every time I was in the local toy store, I'd immediately run to the superhero section. Even if I couldn't buy the toys at the time, I was already so happy looking at them. There's just something about their names, their powers, and their suits that fascinated me. I love seeing those capes, those weapons, those bright colors, etc. I may sound simple-minded right now, but that's just how I am. I think it would be very difficult for anyone to make me completely dislike superheroes. In fact, it even seems impossible. And I know that superheroes have been around for so long in cartoons and comic books, but I just love seeing them in live action nowadays. There's something about seeing them in live action that make it feel special. I mean, could you imagine how I felt as a kid when I saw the first Avengers movie in 2012? It was like instantly my favorite movie at the time. In fact, I would consider the 2012 Avengers movie as one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. For me, Avengers 1 would be on the same level as Tim Burton's Batman. I just love it that much. Live-action superheroes are just on a huge craze right now, and I do enjoy seeing the superheroes. The plots of the stories do not seem to be too good nowadays by looking at the reviews, but that's not what I want to talk about right now. The truth though is that I haven't watched most of the new superhero stuff nowadays, because I have other things to do. I just see pictures of them on social media, so my opinion doesn't really matter. But I'm just here to say that I love seeing them. I love seeing pictures of DC's Stargirl, Marvel's Ms. Marvel, Marvel's Falcon as the new Captain America, Marvel's Moon Knight, DC's Dr. Fate, DC's Javelin, Marvel's Black Bolt, Marvel's Captain Carter, DC's Peacemaker, and even DC's Black Adam, despite me not really being a big fan of The Rock. It's currently superhero madness and there's nothing we can do about it. I do not want to consume all that media because I know it's gonna be too much, but there are a few things I am pretty excited about. After watching No Way Home, I'm excited about possibly seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in future Spider-Man projects. I'm also excited about the new Fantastic Four movie. I hope they get it right this time. John Krasinski doesn't immediately scream Reed Richards after watching him in Multiverse of Madness, but I'd have to see a full Fantastic Four movie first before I judge him. Anyway, I would like to conclude this entry by saying that the superhero colors are just so alive in live-action media today, that I can't help but feel pretty happy about it. I wouldn't want a fictional world without superheroes. How about you? What's a new live-action superhero thing that you do like?